So today I'm going to be patching up this wall. The previous owners had laminate that was glued to the wall, and they obviously did a little bit of a job of trying to pull. They pulled that off before they sold the house and kind of patched up a little bit, but you can see that it's still pretty rough. The other big thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here, take this panel or take the plate off here and patch this hole so that we can repaint it. So this whole area is actually my work from home area. As you can see, if I back up a little bit, my desk is here, and the idea is I'll have a nice fresh wall. The desk used to be turned, so it was kind of facing this way, and all you could see was pipes behind me. So the idea is I can have this as a nice, fresh, clean wall before I go back to work on Monday. For this job, I'm going to be using some joint compound up there, a scissor, and some seam tape, only because I don't really have any sort of mesh otherwise to patch the plug outlet, a screwdriver, and some putty knives. I'm going to start by taking the plate off of the plug, and we'll go from there. So now that I've got the plate off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my mesh tape, and I'm going to lay a couple strips across the top here, maybe down the side a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll basically pack in the joint compound into there, and with the putty knife so that it gets a little smooth. We'll have to sand it afterwards, but at least that'll kind of pack it in there at least and give it a base. As you've seen, I've taken the joint tape and cut it into sections that I can put along here. I did about 2 on either, so 2 on the top, 2 on the side, 2 on the other side. And what I'm going to do here is smooth that down as much as I can, kind of tighten it up, and then what we'll do is we'll put joint compound over the top of that. So I've mixed up the joint compound so it's nice and smooth, and now I'm going to basically put that all around here, smooth it out as much as possible, and we'll have to go back and sand that when that dries, but I'll show you what that looks like. As I'm waiting for that to dry, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of the wall here. So there's a couple nicks and scratches here, so I'm going to do the same thing I did with the joint compound around the plug all over the wall. Once that dries, we'll hit it with a quick sand, go over it again with some joint compound to make it much smoother, and then go from there. So I'm done with that first coat. What I'm going to do is wait for that to dry, set up, and clean this. Go back later once that's dry. Might sand it first. If it's smooth enough, I can probably hit it up with another coat of the joint compound and without sanding, but I'll sand once before I paint. Now that the wall's dry, I'm going to go over the wall pretty gently with a foam sanding block just to get any of the ridges or abnormalities out of the joint compound that I put on. And then basically from there we can just go straight to painting. So I've just wet this rag here. I'm just going to wipe this over the wall as a tack cloth to get all the rest of the dust off. Okay, all right, we're all done there. Paint's all dry, no longer have a hole above the plug. I'm happy the way that came out. If you have any questions, please let me know, and thank you very much for watching.